Hey, how you doing everybody? My name is CherryBoy and welcome back to Ascendant Hearts. Let's get right back into it. In the morning, we meet up in the town square. Aiko and Chise look like they're ready for a tough fight. Shiori looks tolerant, at least. Let's get this over with. Is everyone prepared for what could be our final battle against the Dark Wolves Master?
It won't be. Shouldn't we be fully prepared just in case?
I'll take that as a yes, Haito. Yes? Are you ready? I have my sword and a few healing items in my inventory, and after we split up last night, I returned in my skill points for charge, a new skill that taught me how to get a running start and ram enemies. Trying to get on a real opponent would be a lot trickier than fighting against training dummies, but I'm ready enough for this. Yeah, to be honest, I don't believe Dr. Takizawa is the mastermind. Maybe he's in league with whoever sent the Dark Wolves, but he doesn't seem the type to coordinate all of these attacks. Besides, Shiori trusts him. He may be a bit crazy, but I can't believe she let herself be deceived by someone out to destroy Lightshire. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Together we set off for Dr. Takizawa's lab. Remember, stay alert for any tricks.
If Dr. Takizawa captures us, do you think he'll use us for experiments? Of course not. How do you know?
He wouldn't do such a thing. Has he ever experimented on humans, as far as you know?
No! Well, I mean, maybe a few times, but those were volunteers. Sure, volunteers. They were. I really don't want to become a volunteer anytime soon.
Don't worry about that.
Finally.
Oh, I didn't mean to defend Dr. Takizawa. He's still suspicious. However, we do have one key advantage. What's that?
You.
Me?
Oh, you mean because of the prophecy?
Of course. If Hayato is the one prophesied to save Lightshire from the Dark Wolves, and Dr. Takizawa was responsible for the attacks, we will be victorious. Even if some of us were captured, Hayato would win and save us.
I hope so.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but don't do anything dangerous, assuming I'll be able to get you out. You have the prophecy behind you. I stop, then take a few more steps, and then realize I'm not with them. They turn to look at me. Before we go any further, let's talk about this prophecy.
What is there to talk about?
Are you sure it's about me? What should I do? Why me? Are you sure it's about me? What should I do? What should I do? I beg your pardon? You claim I'll be able to save everyone and defeat our enemies because of the prophecy, but the prophecy didn't say what I'm supposed to do. Exactly. Whatever you do will be the right thing. That doesn't make any sense!
Sure it does. It's a prophecy. It already knows what you'll do. That's how prophecies work.
Oh man.
Are you worried about it?
I don't want to mess things up because I relied on the prophecy to get me through. I'm certain the prophecy took even your doubts into account. If you say so, but I don't know.
What's wrong?
Shouldn't a prophesized hero know what they're supposed to do? I want to stop the Dark Wolves as much as anyone, but I don't know how. Investigating the attacks and searching for the culprit applies to all of us, not just me. If the prophecy didn't say what I'll do,
it definitely could be clearer, that's for sure.
Many things do remain unclear.
You think so too?
Let's walk as we discuss this. We resume our journey toward Dr. Takizawa's laboratory. The biggest question is that we don't know how Hayato got here. Did the gods simply summon him? That's a pretty weird thought.
Can our gods affect other worlds, or do they have their own gods?
Their own gods?
You mean our gods might have made a bargain with the gods of Hayato's world so they could borrow him?
You make it sound like I'm an item to be traded! Regardless of how you got here, the second question concerns your memory. Why did the journey leave you with amnesia? Is it simply a side effect?
It's not like you forgot everything, either. You remembered enough to know you were in a different world.
Yeah, I could tell you a lot about my world, but not much about my own. The few things I have remembered, I'd rather not share. They don't need to know my increasing belief that this sense of friendship and camaraderie is new to me.
Maybe that's the point.
What do you mean?
Well, if you could remember your own life, you'd want to come home, right? Maybe the gods took away your memory so you'd focus on helping Lightshire before trying to leave.
I guess that could be it, but I don't know. I can't remember what my life was like, but when I concentrate on it, I feel a hint of sadness and loneliness. If I remembered everything, maybe I still would have stayed here, especially once I made friends. Then there's an unfortunate possibility. What's that? Perhaps you know something that could help us stop the Dark Wolves, but because of accidental memory loss, you no longer remember. Oh no! Wait, let me just... Okay, here we go. Yikes. Yeah, that would definitely be unfortunate.
Come on, then the prophecy would tell you to get your memories back first. It would say it in a mysterious way, but it would still be there.
I doubt anything from my world could help anyway. In any case, there's not much we can do about it now. Let's keep moving. Alrighty then. Dr. Takizawa. I love voice again. When we finally reach Dr. Takizawa's lab, the scientist isn't anywhere in sight when we open the door. However... Eek! An attack! He must have been expecting us. Wait a minute, it might be friendly. Wait a minute, it might be friendly. Everyone calm down. Friendly? Calm down. What are you two talking about?
If it's friendly, why is it looking at us that way?
Dr. Takizawa was trying to train a guardian as his assistant? Come to think of it, he didn't quite explain what he wants the guardian for. It might just be for the sake of science. Or his guard.
No, really, it's Ardo does too, but it's not going to attack. Easy for you to say.
Just give it a chance.
Okay, if you say so.
Fine. The guardian continues his approach until it's a few feet away from us. Welcome to Dr. Takizawa's laboratory.
Hey, you learn new words.
It speaks? Yeah, Dr. Takizawa was experimenting with Ascendant magic to see if he can give monsters the ability to communicate with humans.
Wow, that's amazing.
I look at her in surprise. I'm not sure I'd ever heard her praise Dr. Takizawa before.
I mean, it's still pretty dangerous and crazy, though.
I will tell Dr. Takizawa that you are here. He turns away from us and heads deeper into the lab. This is quite an improvement from when we last saw it. After a few minutes, it returns with the scientist right behind it. I forgot how the voice went, but I think I'm doing it right. Alright, here we go. Ah, you must be here for the results of my analysis. Make yourselves at home, and I will give you the answers you seek. Stay alert. Her voice is quiet, but Dr. Takizawa gives her a puzzled frown. I do appreciate you remaining alert for my explanation, yes. She nods, but stands with her hands poised above her daggers. It's like she's ready to fight at a moment's notice. Aiko also appears tense. She keeps glancing at the Guardian. Shiori casts annoyed looks in their direction. I shift awkwardly from foot to foot. No matter how it turns out, I hope we get this over with soon. What is the matter with all of you today? What makes you think something is wrong? You all seem on edge. He glances at the Guardian and then back to us. Did my assistant startle you that much? He looks at me. Yet you and Shiori both should have known what to expect. Why do you seem so uncomfortable? We'd like your analysis results, Doctor. Very well. I'll need to retrieve my research notes. But first, let's outline what we already know. The flowers you gave me were the sacred spring, but what prompted your interest in them was finding one at... He abruptly stops and frowns at all of us. I cannot lecture under these conditions. Tell me what the source of your discontent is, so that we may remove it and return our thoughts to science.
See, he wants us to help.
Sure, tell me, what is going on here? Shiori looks at the rest of us. We can't stand around twiddling our thumbs forever. We need to get to the bottom of this.
All right. Dr. Takizawa, tell us you don't have any connection to the Dark Wolves.
I don't have any connection to the Dark Wolves. Why?
See? Oh, brother.
That's not good enough, Doctor. You people are serious about this, aren't you? You actually think I'm connected to the Dark Wolves? Yes, I don't. We have to check every possibility. Explain! If there's any chance at all that you're responsible, we have to look into it. Bah! I suppose you'll investigate every citizen? No, only those with some tie to the current situation. Your interest in ascendancy qualifies you. Since we intended to visit you anyway about your analysis, it makes sense to come here. A sound strategy! I approve! He approves of us investigating him? I don't expect that. Very well, I'll play along. Let's suppose I'm the evil mastermind behind the attacks. Dr. Takizawa! It's purely a hypothetical situation, I assure you. If I was, however, what did you expect to happen next? Would I confess? Probably not. Of course not! I would feign innocence and tell you I have no connection to the Dark Wolves. Which you already said. And so we're at an impasse. What will you do next? We exchange glances. This is why we need a better plan than hoping the prophecy will sort everything out. Let us search your lab. Very well, I'll show you everything. Perhaps then we can stop this nonsense. He walks to the door that leads deeper into the lab. Chisei follows him.
Oh, no. We're not going in there, are we?
How else can we investigate this lab?
What if it's a trap? Ugh, for the last time. I'm not going any further than this room.
That's fine.
Haito, you'll stay with me, won't you? I don't want to be here all alone.
Stay with Aiko, investigate the lab. I guess we'll stay with Aiko. Can't leave her alone. Alright, I'll stay up here with Aiko. Good plan. If something goes wrong, you'll be our backup.
This is ridiculous.
Have you figured out who's going where? Good. They follow the scientist deeper into the lab, and Aiko shivers.
I hope they'll be alright.
They'll be fine. Like Chisei said, we're here if they need us.
Yeah.
She wraps her arms around herself.
I'm really glad you're here. I wouldn't like being in this creepy lab all by myself.
It's a pretty weird place.
I know. I don't know what half this stuff even is.
Me neither, but I bet if you asked Dr. Takizawa, he'd tell you.
He might talk for hours.
Either that or he'd shout, "It's science!" and leave it at that. And leave it at that. She laughed.
That was a pretty good Dr. Takizawa impersonation.
He makes it too easy.
You need to do the walk, though.
The walk?
Like how he paces all sinister and crazy-like when he's explaining his experiments.
Like this? I fold my arms behind my back like I've seen Dr. Takizawa do on occasion and stalk between the lab tables.
That's perfect!
She glances toward the door and waves her hands.
Now stop that before they come back and he thinks you're making fun of him.
I stop pacing and sit down on one of the stools by the lab tables. Aiko hesitates and then sits next to me.
I wonder how they're doing.
Do you think we should check on them?
Not yet, I guess.
I don't know how big the full laboratory actually is. There might be a lot of places they need to see.
That's true.
We wait. Seconds tick by. Minutes pass. I can tell Aiko gets more anxious the longer we go without hearing anything from the others.
If we have to fight and I die, promise me you'll...
Stop that! You're not gonna die! And if you do, I'm sure you'll respawn at the church and everything will be fine.
I want to believe that.
I'm sure of it. We wait. Time passes.
That's it. We have to break down the door.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Something must have gone wrong, so we need to burst in there and save them.
She lines up in front of the laboratory door and takes a few steps back. Shouldn't we try opening it first? Whoop-ow! But it's too late. Aiko charges forward at the door. Just as it opens, she slams straight into Dr. Takizawa. Oof! Oof!
Hey, I'm sorry!
Dramatically running to our rescue, I see.
Yes, that was the idea. Oh, brother, as you can see, we're just fine.
Everything is alright then?
I find it highly improbable that Dr. Takizawa was behind the attacks. I've been saying that the entire time. Really? He didn't brainwash you to make you say that, did he?
Dr. Takizawa throws his hands in the air. I have done nothing wrong. I am innocent. I've trained to resist brainwashing techniques and mind control. Do not worry. I saw nothing that could link Dr. Takizawa to the attacks, nor any trace of dark wolves in the lab. That seems like enough to convince even Aiko.
Alright, sorry, Dr. Takizawa.
I accept your apology if it means we can put this absurd accusation behind us and return our thoughts to matters of science. That sounds good to me.
What did you learn about the flowers?
You deduced the link between the flowers and the dark wolves, which led you to suspect a connection between the dark wolves and the sacred spring. This proved false, however. There was a reason that flowers are most commonly found there.
What is it?
Let me get my research notes. He leaves us alone in the lab's outer room once again.
I don't want to say I told you so, but he's still a mad scientist.
What?
Just because it isn't involved with the dark wolves doesn't mean he can't be up to something sinister. Dr. Takizawa's experiments are benevolent tests conducted for the good of humanity, and I'll prove it.
She looks around the lab and walks to a chest sitting against the wall. She crouches beside it, opens it, and pulls out a small vial filled with clear liquid.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to drink it. What? Are you certain are you certain this is a wise course of action?
Relax. That chest is where Dr. Takizawa stores experimental potions intended for human consumption. I helped him with this batch, and if I remember correctly, this one will either temporarily heighten my senses or grant me 3 seconds of invulnerability. Then you'll see he has humanity's best interests at heart.
Everything about drinking an unlabeled experimental potion sounds bad, but there's nothing Aiko, Chise, and I can do as Shiori unseals the beaker and drinks the liquid in a single gulp. Boom. She stops and blinks at us. Then she slowly puts down the beaker and blinks at us some more. Are you alright? Oh no, what's that blush?
What's wrong?
Do you need to lie down?
I feel strange.
Uh-oh, this can't be good.
Restless and...
She suddenly rushes toward me.
Help me, Hayato.
Okay, what do you need?
You.
Wait, what?
I need you, Hayato, right now.
Oh god! What are you doing? She wants us, yeah! In case I had any doubts about her intention, she begins tugging at my clothes. I step back and try to get away. Now wait a minute, Shiori!
What's wrong? You said you would help.
Yes, but I didn't know you meant.
And isn't every guy supposed to dream about a beautiful woman demanding his attention?
That's not, you kinda.
Are you saying I'm not beautiful?
What? No, I didn't.
Then cooperate with me.
But Shiori! We mustn't do this here. Well, I guess, no.
Should we leave to give you two some privacy?
Yes. No!
Then should I go find a lawyer?
A lawyer?
Yes, fetching a lawyer would be wise. He can fight off SHIORI and help Hayato press charges for assault.
What?
What? Why would Hayato press charges against me? We're just...
In my lab! Over SHIORI's shoulder, I watched Dr. Takizawa emerge with a horrified expression on his face. How could you? In my lab!
Dr. Takizawa, she drank a potion from that chest over there, and then she went straight for Hayato. My head.
She's back to normal. She backs away from me and rubs her head.
What did I just...
She gives me a horrified look.
Tell me that didn't really happen.
Well, you totally wanted me. You were totally into me. Gah! She rounds on Dr. Takizawa.
What sort of potion did you put in that chest? I thought it was one we worked on together, but instead of heightening my senses or granting me invulnerability, it...
Gah! Don't tell me you drank my experimental hormonal enhancing libido potion!
Your what?
Your what?
In other words, that was the lust potion.
I beg your pardon, but the scientific term is hormonal enhancing libido potion.
Why do you even have one of those?
For completely moral and occasionally medical purposes, I assure you. He looks affronted by the implication that he used it for anything else. It's still in the experimental stage. The final product will be much less alarming. How does he test something like this? If it's meant for humans, he can't try it on monsters. Does he have volunteers? Use it on himself? Before I can ask, he turns to SHIORI and shakes his head. How many times must I tell you to never drink an unlabeled potion without testing it first?
I'll remember next time for sure.
See that you do! Now, may we kindly return our thoughts to science?
Yes, please. What did you learn about the flowers?
Their seeds may lie dormant across the world, never to bloom as plentiful as they do there. You see, they require the presence of Ascendant magic to grow. So if we want to find out where the Dark Wolves come from, we need to find another place like the Sacred Spring. It could be an environmental source, like the Sacred Spring, or someone with particularly strong Ascendant magic.
You mean if someone had that power, these flowers would start growing where they live?
Exactly!
That sounds like what we're looking for then. Someone with powerful Ascendant magic would be able to control the Dark Wolves, and it would explain the presence of the flower. Now we just need to find another place where these flowers bloom.
I will see if I can learn anything else that may be of use to you.
Thank you. And I really am sorry for suspecting you.
Stop apologizing, unless you want to be my new test subject to make up for it.
No! Until we find any new clues, we should continue with our original plan. That means we're off to Highwater next. I recommend we return to Lightshire for the night and head there tomorrow.
That sounds good to me. Alrighty then. It's a quiet journey back to Lightshire, although SHIORI is clearly delighted that Dr. Takizawa proved himself innocent. By the time we get back, I'm more tired than I expected. I say goodnight to the others and head to the inn to get some sleep. Alright, is High Cleric Ninsei the culprit, or is it someone else? We'll know soon enough, and we need to have a better plan. We can't rush in there hoping for the prophecy to take care of things. The prophecy. It nags at my thoughts as I lie down and try to fall asleep. Why me? If Lightshire needs a hero from another world, why am I the one? But I don't have any more answers than I did on our way to the lab. But I don't have any more answers than I did on our way to the lab, and I finally drift away. Sorry about that. You seem unhappy. Are you lonely? I want to be your friend. Won't you be my friend? Who was that? Who said that? What an odd dream. Even as I try to focus on the odd conversation from my dream last night, it fades. Was it just a dream, or was I remembering something? Lonely? I do have a sense that I was lonely before I came to Lightshire. If that conversation really occurred, though, what could it mean? Oh well, I can't remember it well enough to try to figure anything out. If it was important, maybe it will come back to me eventually. Preferably with the rest of my memories. For the moment, I have more important things to worry about. It's time to visit High Cleric Ninsei. Alright fam, but that's all the time I got for this one. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like below. If there's any other games you'd like me to play, please comment down below as well. If you like this and would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bells. That would be epically appreciated of you. And as always, my name is CherryBoy, and my goal in life is to make you smile. I'm sorry if my SHIORI voice is kind of all over the place. Kind of don't exactly know how to make her sound. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much, everybody. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye. See ya.